Travel and expense compliant presentation. Welcome to the wonderful world of travel reimbursement. Close your eyes and think of an image related to travel. Most people think of the picture on the left. The state thinks of nothing but money. When traveling for Gordon State College business, always try to compare prices. Use the lowest cost whenever possible. The State Accounting Office policy enables state travelers to successfully execute their travel requirements at the lowest reasonable cost, resulting in the best value for the state, not the most beneficial for the employee. When you think about travel for Gordon State College, who do you think sets the rules? It's not us. It's the state. Professor Highlander is wishing to attend an accounting conference in Chicago. He will be traveling from November the 15th through November the 20th. What should he do first? Dr. Highlander should be sure that he has the authority to travel. He must have a signed prior approval to travel. It serves as a budgetary guideline as well as an authorization to travel. Go to the Gordon State College website, scroll to the bottom of the page, click on Login Station, Travel and Expenses, and then log into the Georgia First self-service portal. While traveling for Gordon State College, sometimes you may have to stay overnight. You can request a prepaid check to cover the cost of your hotel and registration. We will send the hotel check with you, along with the Georgia Hotel Motel tax exemption forms and the state sales tax exemption forms. Be sure to contact the hotel directly and make sure they will accept a check before you ask for the hotel check to be cut. Do not use a third party like Airbnb or VRBO. They will charge us taxes and we're not allowed to pay for those. While traveling for state business, you may be entitled to a mileage reimbursement. Before you travel, check out the DOAS cost comparison form located on the travel website. It can give you the most cost-effective way to travel. When asking for a reimbursement, please be sure to attach all mileage maps or directions showing where you went and how many miles were traveled. You may be able to use a rental vehicle while on your travels. Gordon State College has a mandatory statewide contract with Enterprise and Hertz. Employees must rent vehicles from one of these two vendors when use of a rental vehicle is the best value. Approved car sizes are compact, intermediate, and full size. If you must have a van, it must be a 12-passenger only. When using ground transportation, you must use the most cost-effective method of transportation that will accomplish the purpose of your travel that you selected. Travelers are responsible for knowing which type of ground transportation is the least expensive in their area. We will not reimburse ground transportation to or from work. Tips for taxis, Uber, and Lyft drivers must be reasonable. No more than 20% of the total fare will be reimbursed. Air travel. Lower cost flights should be chosen when within 2 hours before or after the preferred flight time. Lower cost fares that are declined should be related to the job functions of the traveler and justified in writing. Connecting flights should be chosen over non-stop flights when the connection does not add more than 2 hours to travel time and the connection saves $200 or more. Travelers are not required to take a lower fare if a change of airline at the connection point is required. Here are some examples of flight times and cost comparisons. On the left, the preferred flight time is 11:10 a.m. You will notice that both 2 hours before and 2 hours after the preferred flight time, the cost is the same. so the preferred flight time of 11:10 a.m. is okay. On the right, the preferred flight time is 9:25 a.m. This one does not work. 2 hours before, at 7:25, you could save the college $300. So you'll have to choose the 2 hours before. Meal allowances associated with overnight stays. Employees traveling overnight may be paid a per diem amount designed to cover 3 meals per day for all days on travel status. The exception, if a meal is provided, then you cannot claim full day meals. Out-of-state travelers are eligible for 75% of the per diem rate on the first and last day of travel, minus any meals provided. In-state meal allowances for an overnight stay. Breakfast $6, lunch $7, dinner $15. Increased per diem allowances are available in certain locations designated as high-cost areas. Chatham, Cobb, DeKalb, Fulton, Glenn, and Richmond counties are all considered high-cost areas in the state of Georgia. There are no meal allowances for non-overnight stays in the state of Georgia. Here are some examples of non-reimbursable expenses when traveling, such as travel upgrade fees, expenses related to vacation or personal days taken before, during, or after a business trip, and personal entertainment. When submitting an expense report, there is a timeline. Expense reports must be submitted using the PeopleSoft Travel and Expense module within 10 days upon your return, but no later than 45 calendar days. Expense reports submitted after 60 days will be included in an employee's IRS W-2 as taxable income. You can find more information about the statewide travel policy by going to the State Accounting Office and using the Board of Regents Business Processes Manual. Thank you for your time. If you have questions or concerns, please contact Penny at 678-359-5211.